I'm a background today. That's why Cliff, you leading the show.
Bet.
About time we get a good host.
Oh, Lou with a burn.
Damn. So
Love Jazz.
So here's the deal. Do you want to stay on this podcast, or would you like to go back to the unemployment line? Okay? Yeah.
I don't even get
All right.
paid for this. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you do. I'm employed. Yeah, you do. You get paid with my friendship, damn it.
you get paid in exposure, son.
Paid in friendship.
Welcome to the wrestling business, Lou. You get paid in exposure. That's how this works.
It was a good run. See you guys later.
Here's your handshake.
Hot dogs and handshake. We're not giving out anything because it's COVID. All right. So we are up and running, and let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody, because this is a Sunday edition, and it's crazy enough for me because I'm hosting the 3 Count podcast today because Chaz can't be seen. That's just what happens. But let's get down this roster really quick. He is my best friend. He's been the guy that's been with me since the beginning of time, since 1996, if that's what you want to consider it. He is older than the Brontosaurus. He looks like he probably, is a mark because he is. He is currently wearing his AEW title, rapping the 3 Count podcast shirt. Give it up for Lou the franchise.
At least I have Verizon, which lets you do shit unlike AT&T.
So next up on the roster, he normally is the host of this show. He's the man, the myth, the legend. He's also currently working right now, so it is kind of what it is. Give it up for that man himself, Chaz the Don.
It's your boy, it's your nephew, it's your cousin. It's the Don on the 3 Count podcast. Yeah, this is a show. I can't be seen because shitty cheap cell phone service. So yeah.
And apparently we get joined in by the darkness. The Dark Lord has joined us. Give it up for Damien Fatal because he just randomly pops in.
Yep, I just randomly popped in.
I have to
All right, buddy.
I have to change the password. All right.
What are you doing?
Enough with this. Enough with this. We have a special guest, and I have to bring in the control of the show. We have a special guest, okay? He is up and down the East Coast, all over the USA. He is also one of those guys that you find on TikTok because it is TikTok's favorite comedian, AJ Hapenny.
Howdy. Hey, everyone. Chaz, do you use your high school picture in that? What's going on there, bud?
That was his freshman year.
That's funny. No, that's right at the beginning of the pandemic.
Chaz just looks that young. Chaz.
I always forget that he weighs like 110 pounds.
All right, fuck you. I'm 140. I have gained 30 pounds, okay, over the past 10 years.
Listen, Lou. He was 110 pounds before the pandemic.
Let's be real, okay? Chaz still gets carded at every single place that he goes. He's almost 30. He still gets carded everywhere.
I'd card him too. I would card the card.
Wait a minute, Cliff, I am not that old. Okay, I am still young.
Yeah. I know. I can see it.
I am not close. I am not close to 30. Jesus Christ, I didn't hit 25 yet. Good gracious.
This man. All right, whatever. You can try to sell it how you want. Chaz, I mean, I get it, though. It's tough times in these streets, man. And for you get carded just for looking like you're 16. Does the DMV still ask you, like, if your parents are around to, like, sign off on your waiver forms?
Hilarious. Oh,
it's so weird to have somebody that looks like he was born after the millennium.
Oh. Wow.
All right.
This is how we're doing me today?
Let's take this. We did the roast of Chaz once already. We can do it again at another time. But right now, let's get into this show, right? So this AJ.
I wasn't born on 9/11 yet.
Yeah.
I was still a sperm.
Mr. AJ, you, sir, are an avid wrestling fan. We've seen like your videos. I've actually watched you all over TikTok just numerous times talking about how people use that F word that, most of us despise. But I'm curious, like, how did you like fall into wrestling?
The same way I got into porn, I was tricked. No, I got into wrestling by my uncle. What a transition from a joke to that.
So, did your uncle also trick you into porn?
No, that was my father. But
Is that was he a priest?
yeah, so he just broke rules. It's just you're not allowed to have children. Hey, I'm gonna have my own children. I'm gonna molest them.
You guys must be Catholic.
No, like because my grandfather passed away a month ago, so I've been taking my grandmother to church every Sunday, and then I'm just like, oh, this is spiritual as shit. This is awesome. But then it's just like, let's talk about Joe Biden. I'm like, oh shit, I hate politics. Why do I want politics in church too?
Say something and say like, thank you. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, I'm like, Grandma, I think we want to go. And then she's shaking her head during that. And then like most of the people there like Trump, but they were uncomfortable. like the guy, I saw the guy with his MAGA hat just like in the middle of the previous speech, take it off and just put it down.
It's not a good look.
I'm talking about it. It's like, dude, he's like, I like Trump, but not that much. Well, my late uncle, like, because he had all the toys, and my dad bought me all the toys as well. I didn't know who like a lot of the guys were, so like he pretty much told me, and he'd do their voices too. Like he was pretty freaking fantastic at impressions. And the first time I saw wrestling on TV, because Lou was talking about how the first time he saw WrestleMania was WrestleMania 3. The first time I saw wrestling on TV was Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Yokozuna, and Yokozuna just sits on his chest and face, and then these guys are like, "Oh my God, the Hacksaw, the Woodman is he got hurt, like he's probably dead." And then the first time I got to see it live, my uncle took me to the Cape Cod Melody tent, and this was probably 96, 95. Razor Ramon was in the main event, and he was supposed to go against Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam didn't show up because there was a gimmick table, apparently. And instead, it was King Mabel. it was King Mabel. And that was the first main event I've ever seen live. Bob Backlund was also on that show too, and he faced Mountain Man Rock, which I loved that gig because like, oh, he's a big fat guy. He's so cool. He's playing guitar. And then the tag team match they had it was the Harris Brothers. I don't remember their gimmick name in the mid 90s, but that was when the Harris Brothers were really hairy and they kind of looked like woodland creatures. Lou, do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember who it is.
Yeah. Nobody remembers what they were in the mid 90s, but they went against the Smoking Guns, Bart and Billy Gunn. And that was probably my first experience with wrestling. Watched a lot in the Attitude Era, then I kind of trailed off until like Eddie Guerrero became champion again in maybe like 2004. Then off and on again until maybe 2015, but then 2015, that's when I immersed myself fully back into it. I watched like an episode of Ring of Honor. This was on TV, and there was this wrestler by the name of Dalton Castle, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy is freaking amazing. But like the match that really got me back into wrestling fully, and which is why I watch it more than I ever have in the past 5 years, is Shinsuke Nakamura versus Roderick Strong, and this was on Ring of Honor TV. And it was like, holy shit. And then I've just been stuck with it since. There's no way that I can not watch wrestling again. So I'm fucked for life.
Yeah, I've been we host a show called Now Entering the Ring, where we like bring on wrestlers and we like talk to them and stuff like that. Now we have like are like who we want as a guest list, like just like trying to like get as many. Dalton Castle is actually one of our names on the list. So Dalton, when you're listening to the show, make sure that you reach out to us because we are definitely trying to book you still.
And when you have that on, please invite me to have that on too.
So here, man, what we're gonna really be talking about today, we usually have like 3 debate topics, but because today it's Hell in a Cell and we are live, we wanted to get our predictions out for Hell in a Cell. So we're just gonna get started with it. We'll talk about our normal power rankings right afterwards, and then we can just kind of wrap up and BS for a quick bit. So let's get into this Hell in a Cell. Like, first, I want to ask the panel right before we get into this. I was asked this question earlier today. I had to give an honest answer. I'm going to ask you guys too. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Hell in a Cell? And let's start with Chaz, then AJ, Damien, and then Lou.
All righty. How excited? If the only match on the card was just the 3 Hell in a Cell matches, I'd be content. So I give it a 3.
Okay. What about you, AJ?
I'd say a 6 because one, I forgot it was on tonight. I remember TNA Bound for Glory was on. I could watch it after a show, but then like the WWE like sidetrack pay-per-views, like I kind of just lose track of unless it's a takeover. So like, yeah, I'm gonna see it later. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm sure gonna enjoy it. But like the fact that I didn't even remember it was on tonight, I'd say a 6 and 7, 8.
Oh man, that's very optimistic.
I'm being nice. I am a very nice, optimistic comedian. Like I don't shit on people. Well, except if people show up with their like freshman year high school picture in their Zoom. But like, but I'm a very, very, very nice guy. I do opposite of crowd work. I just give compliments to motherfuckers.
Can't wait to get in this compliment battle. Damien, how are you feeling about this show? Good on you, Damien. Lou, how are you feeling about this show?
The Illuminati took him. Jay-Z was behind it, and Jay-Z and DDP.
I'll give it to you. It's this one right here.
So you give it 2?
Oh, 1.
Okay.
This
show. Fucking hater.
WWE writing is gonna make this Hell in a Cell the most boring Hell in a Cell ever.
So you're gonna sit there and tell me the Roman Reigns tribal chief shit is not the best shit they've done in years?
That's how pathetic it is.
I honestly. Pathetic.
Oh God, here he goes.
You're just like
pathetic.
Acknowledge me.
Pathetic.
God.
Put a little hula skirt on me. Acknowledge me.
Acknowledge me as your tribal chief.
I can't see your face, so I can't tell if you're mad at me, Chaz. I blame AT&T for that.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry about
that. So, all right, let me.
That's not AT&T. That's Bruce Mobile from like 2008.
That's that 1997 track phone stuff.
All right, hey, Damien, how do you feel about this pay-per-view?
Lou was just being more accurate.
Gonna be dead honest. I'm way too stoned and I forgot it was happening.
Okay, cool.
On the show.
Works for me.
Same thing.
So yeah, it is what it is. It gives me something to do before I go to work.
We are all excited, especially Damien right now.
Yeah. So.
And I'll put it out there too. For me, I forgot also that the show was on, and especially with Bound for Glory being like so good as it was, like my expectations for WWE like got tapered down. So to be honest, I'm sitting kind of at a 2, but the Roman Reigns match, like I have like a big hope for, like because I thought that's like the best story going into the show. So that's kind of where I sit with it. But with that being said, we're going to jump into the roster. We're going to jump into the matches, and our first match that was just announced, it's going to be on the pre-show. And why WWE has a pre-show, I don't understand yet, because there's only 5 matches announced. So our pre-show match is going to be R-Truth versus Drew Gulak. Who you guys got? We'll start with AJ, Lou, Chaz, and then Damien.
All right. So for their pre-cum match, I think Gulak is gonna win, and they're gonna do a thing where, and then Akira Tozawa just pins him, and then like Mojo or insert generic wrestler here is just gonna pants him and then pin him, and then R-Truth is just gonna hit him in the dick with a cane, and then leave. R-Truth is gonna lose the match, but he's gonna leave the night as 24/7 champion.
All right, Chaz, what is your
Am I not supposed to say come?
Yo, that's a great pick. But the thing is like, I see that happening.
You and Drew.
All right, Chaz, what's your pick?
So, I got Gulak winning, and I'm gonna think it go the same way. By the end of the night, though, R-Truth will be a 99,999 24/7 champion.
All right, Lou, what's your pick?
I'm with both Chaz and AJ. I think Drew's gonna win it, but by the end of the night, R-Truth's kick.
Okay. And then for myself, man, I definitely have I have R-Truth losing this match to Drew Gulak, and then at least walking out with the title himself. So it is what it is. It's a joke match. It's what it's gonna be. So our next match that we're gonna talk about, we're gonna go bottom up, because like the crazy thing is that the main event is like match number 1 they've announced, but we're not gonna go with that match first. So starting here at number first match, Otis versus The Miz, and this is for the Money in the Bank contract. So let's go same order. AJ, who you got?
I think The Miz is gonna win, and here's how. Mandy's gonna come on out and try to help him have like a little sandwich or some shit and just pump him up, and then Mandy's gonna like betray him. She's gonna hit him in the dick. There's gonna be a lot of dick hits tonight, but that's gonna be the first one of the actual pay-per-view. And then The Miz is gonna gonna beat Otis. He's gonna get the contract, and then Miz and Mandy just leave, and then they just start making it. And they're just like, oh, but what about Maurice? Like, what about Maurice? And it's just like, well, Mandy is now our nanny, so it's kind of a Jeff Lowe and Tiger King situation. So I just like to fuck. I got Miz winning this.
All right, Chaz, what you got?
God, I hope it's The Miz. Yeah, I got Miz going over. I think Mandy's gonna fuck it up though. She's gonna think she's gonna try to help Otis, but he doesn't. She does more damage than good. Miz gets the victory. Miz cashes in tonight.
Yeah, it's funny because I was asked earlier that same question, and I said that if this was the match that started off the night, Miz is winning, Miz is cashing in tonight. I definitely feel like that's gonna happen. But I do have Miz winning this match. So Lou, who do you got?
I think The Miz is gonna eventually take the briefcase off, but I don't think it's tonight. I think it'll go with Otis.
All right, and then Damien, who do you have winning the? I forgot to ask you the first question. Who do you have winning between Truth and Gulak?
I don't know, some random person.
Bet. And then who do you have winning against Otis versus The Miz?
I guess The Miz. Yeah. That was really happening.
Yeah, that's really happening. That's an actual match. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I was gonna say nobody, but yeah.
I mean, that's the fans. We're not winning. We're just watching the show.
So yeah, I guess I'll go with The Miz. I guess.
All right. So next match up, we are getting the continuation of a story that happened a long time ago where apparently Jeff Hardy hit somebody with a car. That person was Elias, who is now angry. And then, that story continued on from Raw. But let's get into this. Let's find out. Chaz, who do you have winning tonight's match? Jeff Hardy or Elias?
They'll probably go with Jeff Hardy, bury Elias like they normally do.
Okay, Damian, who you got?
I am very mad at you right now for making that match more exciting than it is. Me and you're gonna have a talk later, buddy.
I'm the host.
Elias, I guess.
Okay,
I'm
well, I'm the
probably
host. I'm
wrong.
supposed to make things sound exciting.
That
Did I-
was too much.
Did I get you invested into the match? Is that what happened?
No, actually, you didn't.
Okay, well then that's fine. I don't care anymore.
I don't.
I'm going to go with Elias.
All right, bet. And AJ, who you got?
I think at this point, since Elias is coming back, he kind of has to win this one. So in a way, for him to not be semi-buried, it's either Elias winning by DQ, but I think he's going to get a pinfall victory over Jeff Hardy. And he's going to hit him with a guitar, possibly in the penis, but more than likely the head.
I'll swing that his penis.
Right in the bean. Elias all the way.
Yeah, I got Elias win this match too, and it's for the same reason. Like, you bring him back, like obviously you could like just crush him off the jump, but that'll make sense either. So, and I feel like they're gonna want to try to push him as like one of the top mid-tier heels. So I feel like that's where he belongs anyway. But that's who I want to see win is because I walk with Elias. Put it out there. Our next match up, I'm going to cover this match first before we cover that one. Next match up, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Obviously, we know how this story's been working out. This was a match that ended in a roll-up at SummerSlam, and obviously we had all the stuff that's happened since then. But Damian, who do you got, Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton?
I actually like this match. So,
Sounds like he's going to the Matrix.
It's definitely AT&T is definitely messing him up right now.
He's gonna pop.
Randy, get away with it. Yeah. That's fine. What?
Who?
Who'd you take?
What? Oh, you didn't hear nothing that I said. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, that's
Hey,
what
your
we're saying.
service sucks.
Yeah, it does. I'm like by the airport, and
You must have AT&T too.
Dude, just pull over, steal McDonald's Wi-Fi, and you'll be good.
Randy.
Oh, you're taking Randy? Okay. Lou, who do you got?
Well, I read an article that they're looking at making it Drew versus the tribal leader, the tribal chief. So I'm gonna take Drew in this one.
Okay. Chaz, who you got?
Well, let's see here. I hope it's Drew. He's got a bad rep because he's a pandemic champion right now, and I really want to see what Drew can do with it. So I kind of want him, to still champ and wait till still be champ, wait till the fans get back, and but we'll see what happens. But I hopefully it's Drew.
So who are you picking?
But I'm excited, and I expect them to beat each other's asses.
So double count out, double knockout.
No, you said they're
Nope. They're gonna beat each other's ass.
Who's gonna win?
They both are.
Oh, he got booted out. So,
You
Chaz,
bump-
you said double K. You said double KO.
Yes.
No contest is what he's saying. All right, AJ, it's up to you, man. Like, who do you got?
Honestly, I got Randy Orton on this one. It's New York towards WrestleMania season. It's October right now. Hopefully, like around this time, if somebody has won a WWE championship, they lose it around this season, so that there can be a transitional heel champion, so that whoever wins the Royal Rumble can win at WrestleMania. Whether that be Drew again, personally, like you were saying, I would like to still see him when the fans come back, but at the same time, WWE might feel, oh, well, we need to freshen this up, have him lose a championship. So I got Randy Orton on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I think the way that this story has been going back and forth with like the ambulance match and the roll up, like I don't know, I'd like to see Randy win it. But for some reason, man, I feel like they're gonna go with Drew, but I'm gonna pick Randy, so that's gonna be my pick. That's what I'm gonna do. Just go with that. Not worry about some more. Anyway, moving on to my favorite match of the night. Let's be real. This is gonna be a teardown brawl out, hopefully, because WWE tends to fuck things up, and that's what they're gonna do with this one. It's the women's Hell in a Cell match. We have Bayley versus Sasha Banks. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm picking Sasha Banks for this match because, she's my favorite female wrestler and I'm biased. So I'll be honest. AJ, who you got?
Nothing's dragging down me.
It's on you, AJ. Who you got for tonight?
I'm picking Bayley on this one. I think they're gonna try to like expand her reign a little bit. And I like Sasha as a champion, but they have it on purpose that she has never successfully defended a title. Like she's won from what I remember, like a half a baker's dozen of WWE championships, but she has never successfully defended it. So I don't think tonight is going to be Sasha's night. I got Bayley on this one.
Lou, who you got?
Because I don't like Sasha Banks at all, I'm going Bayley.
You know what?
I'd be so glad Josh isn't on the show.
And that's why I'm going to mute him. So, Chaz, who you got?
So I got Sasha. I think this will be the time that Sasha takes it, and she won't lose it after a week. I think they're gonna probably actually do something with Sasha as champion. So I got Sasha over.
Also, the other reason I'm picking Sasha is because she's in Star Wars. That's awesome.
Oh, that's a good reason.
Damien, who you got?
Okay, so I'd like Sasha to win it. So that's who I'm going to pick, but I kind of would rather her win it at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I'm not going to front. I would like to see her win at Survivor Series, but
I'm just being honest. Like, if she loses tonight and gets another shot at Survivor Series, like, I'm cool with that.
True. And last but not least, this is the craziest matchup. This is the Hell in a Cell I Quit match for the Universal title. Also, if Jay loses, him and his brother must admit that Roman Reigns is the tribal chief. And if, Jimmy wins, then he's the champ, which I feel like, well, if Jay wins, he's the champ. I feel like that's kind of like unfair, like just in general, like you win the title, you're the tribal chief. And if you don't, you're my slaves. Like, what? But this is our match. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. So let's go with Lou. Who you got?
Roman.
Damien.
Roman.
AJ.
Let's see. For the slavery match, I would. It's hard to say. I would. Jay. I think it's too early for him to win a world champion. they're trying to build him up to be a single star, which I think they're doing a good job of so far. This storyline, easily one of my favorite storylines of SmackDown this whole year. But I think they're going to drag it out just a little bit more, have Jay kind of establish himself, because he went over on AJ clean. So like they're not going to have that mean nothing, but they can't have it mean everything. So yeah, it has to be Roman.
Yeah. Remember when Lord Tensai went over on John Cena clean? How'd that work out?
Well, that's exactly a good point here. They tried to build him up, but they didn't make him champion right away because they're like, okay, how we play in a long-term setting, and he was awful. He was so bad at it because I think with Twitch or Shout, one of the apps, he was just saying we're a bunch of racist shit. I don't know if any of you remember this. Okay, good. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because this little man slave, because we were talking about slaves just a minute ago, he was just like smacking him and just like, open your eyes, slave. And I was just like, Jesus.
Yeah. So that was, I remember I was watching it when it happened. That was on Tout, and then it was, yeah, he was in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen, was that he low-key had that. He was just like, I'm here with my driver. Open your eyes. And he just hit him. And I was like, what did I just watch? It's like, but all right, but Chaz, who do you got?
Who else? Who else?
So you're taking Jay. I got you.
It's gonna be Jimmy Uso. You'd be like,
No,
Jimmy was the better wrestler anyway.
he is. He definitely is. He definitely is. But I'm taking Roman. Yeah, this tribal chief thing is the best thing in a long time. And someone called it pathetic, which is complete asinine. Lou,
You're fucking asinine.
I will yell at you. I will have a rant on you right now. I will rant right now about how stupid you are if you think that this is not the best shit all year.
That's how bad WWE.
What's been better, Lou? What's been better this whole year? Please tell me what's been better.
That's how bad WWE writing is. This grade D bullshit that they have, the tribal chief. Grade D bullshit is the best shit they've run all year. That's how bad WWE writing is.
Well, wait a minute. Okay. So before we really start tearing Lou apart for this, I'm picking Roman as well. But I feel like this is the best story that's been told in any wrestling promotion to date.
great story. It's fantastic. It's the best storyline right now, and that's in any wrestling show.
Lou, what is better? What has been better? Please tell me.
Anything AEW women's do.
You're joking. You're joking.
Oh, now.
I know. I had to take a pause.
To him, which I don't
Really?
like, but it's just like
I had to take a pause to make sure, because you know how much I absolutely hate the AEW's women's division.
No, I agree with you. It's the best thing that WWE all year. I'm just joking when I say it's a grade D. I'm just joking. I'm just giving you shit. Take a fucking chill pill, but it's still somewhat garbage to me. It's because they're breaking up. The Usos are a tag team. They should be tag team. They should stay as a tag team. That's why. And because of the pandemic, there's nothing that they can do.
Well, I mean,
He's hurt.
the other one's injured. Jimmy's injured, so you might as well
or
be
ACL.
something.
Yeah.
And
They'll be
then,
fine.
but then this is turning out into a fantastic story. It tells a great story in the ring, and just like the passion you can feel behind it as well, like real life passion that they had as kids, and like a little bit disdain. Like they're able to like turn into solid promos, and just like, wow, you can actually feel that shit.
So bury Jay until Jimmy's better.
That's not what they're doing.
He's not doing anything right now.
That's not what the story's about. The story's about like forming this faction of like this trio that's gonna be dominant in the main event scene. You're only seeing this as, well, Jay lost, they're gonna bury him. But as AJ mentioned, he beat AJ Styles clean. Like, you can't just make that mean nothing.
I mean, it's not like when Hardcore
I
Holly
agree.
was when he was challenging for the WWE Championship, he was losing all his matches beforehand. From SummerSlam 2003 to Royal Rumble 2004, Hardcore Holly wasn't doing shit. And he was one of my favorites growing up. But then they're like, how is he going to be a legit contender? They're not having him win any matches. Like, Jey Uso is actually winning matches in between. And so, like, even if he loses this one, it's not necessarily burying him because, like, he's had a repertoire to build up to it. When Hardcore Holly lost to Brock Lesnar, he totally got buried because there's nowhere to go from that because you didn't do shit before that. So you're not going to do shit afterwards.
I know. And it's not like Jey Uso is Retribution getting buried by the Fiend after they got beat by the Hurt Business in the same night. Like, Jey is like
that was bad. They're like, okay, we're gonna have our top Muslim guy, and he's gonna lead this group. But you know what? Oh yeah, that's right. America hates brown people, so we need to have him lose right away, and just squash the shit out of him. I'm just like, you built this up for nothing.
yeah, totally. And that's what made it crazy to me was like, yo, like you built up Retribution to like these, like, it was kind of whatever to be start off with. Then it kind of became like a small comedy act when you changed their names and like T-Bar and Slapnut and whoever else there was. But then like
Slapjack, which means come.
And then like you put them with Mustafa Ali, and it was like, all right, maybe it's gonna be something kind of cool because this would be something new for Mustafa Ali. And then we watched first of all, we watched Dominic Dijakovic tap out to Bobby Lashley, and I was like, oh, come on, man.
Just having your wins. Like, a tap out victory is an embarrassing one, which is why you don't see many people win with a submission. And when they do, it's a big deal, unless it's New Japan where half the matches are a submission. Mustafa Ali, the dude has so much potential. Like the promo that he cut like that night, that was the best promo he's ever cut since joining WWE. But they still buried the shit out of him.
Yeah, the guy can talk, man. And I was, man, even like his vignettes that he was doing when he was doing like the I am the light kind of personality.
Yeah.
Just walking through Chicago, like those promos were so bomb, and like his vignettes were great. And then seeing his promo work,
They didn't do anything with those promos either. It was just like Kazarni. Sure, Kazarni was terrible. I love Samotti. But like Kazarni is just like Ule, Subale, I'm gonna speak Pig Latin. But it's Carney. Like, no, it's not, bitch, that's Pig Latin. They have him spinning around in the ring and face MVP, which is like the biggest shit match I've ever seen. And Sid is a good wrestler. But like whoever produced that match, shame on them. We're not gonna have him do anything after that.
Yeah, that was crazy. But with that, right, this kind of wraps up our talk about Hell in a Cell. And welcome to Lou's wannabe TED Talk that got quickly squashed. So we're gonna get into
fuck you.
We're gonna get into the best part of this show, the best segment on this show. I'm not only saying that because it's me, I'm saying it because it is the thing. We're giving up to the Red Dogs Power Rankings. Danger Zone. I lied. You know, it's so funny because like I have not included that. I have not included in the audio version. I have not included that at all because you putting it over Chaz is way better than me putting the song in.
There's another world today.
Oh man. Oh man. So let's get this started, right? So you don't have any honorable mentions this week because I did not want to put one in. So let's start us off with number 10, The North. Let's be real.
Okay, cool.
All right, I can deal with that.
List. Last night with Bound for Glory, that was amazing. So number 9, though, I do have a tie, and there's a reason for that because they're both champions. So Raheem Raju definitely makes this list, but then Also, the new Knockouts champion, Su Yung, is on this list. So give much love. Number 8, we are moving on with Seth Rollins because, he didn't win his match and it looked really good. I dug it. Number 7, actually, this would be the first time where a lot of Impact guys are going to be on this list. Number 7, got to be real. Rhino is on this list because I thought he looked awesome in that Battle Royale, in the Call Your Shot, and I'm glad he did. Number 6, this actually came from the Impact show. I thought this was one of my favorite matches for the night. Trey Miguel, TJP, and Willie Mack made the list because I thought their 6-man was legit. And then we also have the new, spoilers for those who haven't seen Bound for Glory, new Impact champion, Rich Swann, makes the list at number 6.
Go Black people.
Really?
Any
Really?
wrestler,
Seriously.
go them.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just happy for him. Sure.
yeah, I was happy to see him. So number 5, I originally had this listed as number 1. I thought was the best match of the week, but unfortunately, because of certain circumstances and things that happened, I had to knock it. Ray Phoenix comes in at number 5. Just put it out there. Number 4, we have to give it up. As much as I hated the way this ended, I had to be honest. The match itself I thought was really good. So Lorcan and Birch, your new NXT Tag Team Champions, are number 4. Number 3, I thought this was a great match. I thought they was the best match on Raw, and I am probably not alone on that. But we gotta give it up, man, because Kofi Kingston tore the house down with Sheamus, but Kofi Kingston is number 3 in the spot. Number 2, I think this match was amazing as well, and I definitely am glad I put it where I put it. But AJ Styles is sitting at number 2. I know Chaz is gonna pop for that one.
Let's go, the phenomenal one. He should have been number 1, but hey, this power ranking isn't not a credible journalist.
So who's number 1 then if AJ Styles is number 2? Well, it was a triple threat match in NXT, and Tommaso Ciampa was in this match, and Texas Dream team was on this match.
Text the Teen Dream. That's the line.
Text a Teen Dream. Thank you. Was also in this match, but more importantly, the man who won this match, Kushida, makes this list at number 1.
We're cleaning pots and pans in the background. I can't hear.
Oh no. They're moving a ring, and I'm just sitting here watching.
Oh, what's the bunny thing behind you? I thought that.
Oh, that's my new friend.
Oh, Mr. Bunny. Who was number 1? Because I didn't hear
It's a
it.
bridge drop.
The ring they're moving in the background.
Hold on.
Goddamn mute Damien. There we
I got
go.
him. I muted him. All right. So number 1 on this list, as we're gonna say it again, the man, the myth, the legend. You guys know him as a former, junior heavyweight IWGP champion, Kushida. So he makes this list. So let's put it out there. Chaz, any disagreements?
Nope, actually, and this one's actually pretty damn decent. I don't know nothing. I don't have a problem with it this week, but you might piss me off next week.
We've just to give you an idea, AJ. We have legit gotten into fights because at one time I had Shida, Asuka, and Io Shirai 1, 2, and 3 like on this list.
Someone else on, and they were just like, "I think there's not enough white wrestlers on your power rankings. I need to see more white. If Sheamus can be on 5 different spots, then that'd be good too."
It's wild, man. Because I think
matter. All lives matter. Well, except the colored ones, but all lives matter. Like anyone that says that all lives matter, I'm like, fuck your face. And it's just like you only can say all lives matter if you're vegan, and if you're not, then fuck you. Like seriously, just like if you're getting pissed because like somebody's saying Black Lives Matter, it's just like you're just saying something to combat. Like unless you're the vegan teacher, you can't say all lives matter.
Oh yeah, that vegan teacher. Oh my gosh.
You only get to heaven, you know, be vegan. If you want to suck a dick, you gotta eat a carrot or whatever she says.
I forgot. If you guys don't know who we're talking about, just go on TikTok. Just type her in. You'll see. She blasphemy message. But yeah, so yeah, with that being said, that is the power rankings. And Mr. AJ, can you let our listeners and our viewers know where they can find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Pornhub, you name it. My OnlyFans, where I'm spreading my cheeks.
We'll try to find that immediately.
Lou. At AJ Hapenny, that's AJHAPENNY, Hapenny. And then I'm on TikTok right now. I'm trying to get to 70,000 followers by the end of the week, but nobody's getting any followers this week for some reason. And you can find me on Instagram. Don't follow me on Twitter because there's a lot of cancelable shit. So just follow me on TikTok and Instagram. That's it.
That's my Twitter too.
Oh, I had to delete my Twitter like 2 months ago. It was like, I don't want to say some cancelable shit, like something that I said in like 2016. Just like, you see what AJ said? You see what AJ said in 2008? He said that there's only 8 genders, and it's just going to come back to get me. So I know what you mean with the cancelable shit. So I'm like, no, don't follow me on Twitter.
So you guys can find this show on YouTube. You can also find us all over on Instagram as well as TikTok, because we're on there now because I signed us up. IG, TikTok, Twitter. You can actually find us on Facebook as well. It's all either the 3 Count Pod or the 3 Count _ pod. If it's your guess, we're not going to tell you which one to find. So find us there. And if you guys are watching us on YouTube, you've already subscribed to our channel. So thanks for that. And unfortunately, we don't have a Pornhub or an OnlyFans because
I do.
What?
Don't go on there.
I've been your friend for almost
Don't
10
you
years.
dare.
What?
Chaz,
know
don't go looking
everything.
up his either.
I won't. I'm gonna block it now.
Yeah,
but
better not.
also, if you guys can, go hop on either ProWrestlingTees.com /3 Count Pod, or you can go pick up our OG t-shirt like Chaz has on, or you can even pick up our original logo one like Lou has. And then also, you guys can also go to whatamaneuver.net /collections /pure ignorance or /red_dog, and you can go buy our merch because, you know, we're also workers and we gotta get paid too. It's like,
Support the black indie wrestler.
that's fucked up, man. Because
Not
Support
Bad jazz. It's wrestlers, period.
and the rest
Sure.
later. I mean, all wrestlers theoretically matter, but we're focusing on the black indie wrestlers right now.
That's why my gimmick works.
Yeah.
Just call a bunch of white people colonizers. That's how you get booked on
That's
shows.
so awesome. Call it.
So-
Oh, shit.
So what you're
That's
saying
my
is your
gimmick.
best,
That's actually
one of your groomsmen is a colonizer?
Cliff has his black card. I gave him his black card like a few months ago, so no, he counts.
I just imagine a white dude still like walking in and like, oh, bird shit's coming.
man.
Like, oh, non-dairy creamers here. Let's go.
I got mine too, don't worry, Cliff.
But yeah, so you guys go to support us, right? Like, and it's funny because he says support like black wrestlers, and then like I'm a minority as well, so please support me.
Does that say Paramore?
It does. And we'll talk. You know what? We're gonna talk about that, AJ, after we get done with this show. Anyway,
Easy there,
guys.
Haley Williams. Easy there, Haley Williams.
Yep. I'm the current host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, here with the host, Chaz Evans, here with Lou the Franchise, the Dark Lord Damon, and our special guest AJ Hapenny. Thank you again for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me, Lou. I'm so glad that they had the AEW title belt for you at Walmart. I know they probably ran out of the toys. Everybody there, like, there's no more of the toys, but we got the AEW title belt. That's the only thing that's left at Walmart now.
I know you should have seen how disappointed he was when he found out that the Brandy toys were all sold out.
I bought them all.
You bought all the Brandy ones? Oh, okay. I guess you got spare parts.
Bought all the Brandy ones. They're just like, yeah, I bought it for.
Sometimes you break them.
Oh my! Oh.
All right. Well, with that being said, with that being said, tune into the next show. Be there or